cheeks. La beauté, c'est notre première carte d'identité. This last identity was Priscilla's most convincing in Nazi-occupied Paris, because at some point during the second day her interrogation was broken off. A person of influence with the Gestapo had intervened. In the evening, she was released. She was asked to sign a document with her answers written out, confirming that this was an accurate account. Then she was driven to the nursing home in Saint-Cloud, which she had given as her address. Chapter 2. Church Farm, 1957 to 1966. My Aunt Priscilla, my mother's sister, was a figure of unusual glamour and mystery in my childhood. She lived on a mushroom farm on the Sussex coast with her second husband Raymond, a jealous man who never let her far from his sight. Priscilla invited us for weekends at their home in East Wittering, and whenever her name was mentioned on the journey from London, I craned forward in the back of my parents' car. From an early age, I was conscious that my aunt was the sort of woman that men fell for. Both my parents loved her, but were unable to puzzle out the riddle of her relationship with Raymond, one of the most difficult men they had ever met. Inevitably, as our mauve Singer gazelle turned into the lane leading to Church Farm, there would be speculation about how late we were going to be, and whether Raymond, a tyrant for punctuality, would, this time, serve mushrooms. The promise of a mushroom is hard to recapture today. Mass production has rendered the taste mundane. But to a 7-year-old boy accustomed to the flavour of cod's roe, the cheapest food we could buy then, said my mother, a mushroom in the early 1960s was a fantastic thing, almost as exotic, in its way, as my aunt. Her home was a red-brick Georgian house built next to a 12th century church. There was a courtyard with an injured poplar in it, and stacks of empty fish boxes for growing the mushrooms in. The growing rooms were sinister-looking Nissen sheds, 30 of them, side by side, long, low, with curved asbestos roofs. I was under firm instructions not to enter. My shoes risked picking up a dangerous virus called La France disease, which, if spread, could wipe out Raymond's crop. So I never saw inside a shed. But I do recall buckets of disinfectant and the damp, musty smell of compost. Church Farm was not a house for a small child. I have memories of foreign housekeepers, cold stone floors with lead piping between the flagstones, aggressive little dogs with yellow paws from Raymond's sodium spray, and a swimming pool clouded with dark green algae, so that I was never able to swim in it. The pool water was used to cool the Nissen sheds. Everything circulated back to the forbidden mushrooms, the small white Agaricus bisporus species known as champignon de Paris. Direct sunlight caused them to lose their whiteness, another reason Raymond would not let me enter the sheds. He only ever turned on the lights for watering and picking. For the rest of the time he kept his mushrooms at a temperature of 64 degrees Fahrenheit, on a diet of horse manure and gypsum, in darkness. Kept in the dark and fed on shit was his formula for a successful flush. Raymond, with his eagle-beak nose and black-rimmed glasses, was quite terrifying. At Church Farm he commandeered the whole of the downstairs for his office. Board meetings took place at the dining-room table, at which Raymond, in cut-off gumboots, liked to sit so that he might monitor his staff. He had a cowbell which he wildly shook when Priscilla was wanted on the telephone or for meals. A formal lunch, cooked by him, was eaten at 1 p.m, sharp. Once his daughter Tracy rang to say that she had a puncture. He ordered her, "Fix it, but don't be late for lunch." Raymond's fag at Hare had taught him how to cook. Partial to sauces, he was proud of his blanquette de veau, otherwise anything that did not involve mushrooms. It was unbusinesslike to give them away or dish them out to guests.